starting, so we've got a little bit of time. I can see folks are coming on one at a time that are going to be on our call tonight. It's exciting because I feel like we do really get to connect here once a week, and that means a lot to me because it shows you're interested in what's happening with VOMastery, and you're interested in the guests that we have. So it's been a very exciting journey coming back here to Los Angeles and reconnecting with all my friends who are in the VO biz. And all I had to do was ask them, do you want to be a part of VO Mastery this year? And the answer resoundingly was, yes, we want to be a part of it. So it's my job to make sure that I have as many excited learners, attendees in the room as possible, because we really want to take advantage of the fact that we've got all of these folks who want to learn about voiceover. You want to take your career up a notch. You maybe want to finally commit to throwing it down and saying, I want in the world of voiceover. I'm willing to do what it takes. And you know, it's not easy. It's not easy to succeed in voiceover. I think if it was, everyone would do it. As most of us can see, everyone is trying to do voiceover. It seems that there are folks everywhere making funny, crazy voices and trying to do animation. You know, you entertain your friends and your family with funny voices. You, I remember the kids in school that would always be the ones in the back of the room cracking people up with funny sounds or voices. And you wondered, are they really going to have a future? Is it possible that that kid that made all those funny voices in the back of the room went on to be a voiceover star? And you know what? I think when you are looking at a creative career, living a creative life, it's a decision. It's a commitment. I read a blog the other day. It wasn't a blog, it was a Facebook post. And I read it the other day that said, the one thing I wish someone had told me in terms of becoming a voiceover actor is the amount of rejection I'm going to have to endure. Oh my goodness, hang on. I'm the absent-minded VO. I had water on. I wanted to make tea. And if I don't turn the water off, the pot is going to boil. Hang on. Shovita, say hi to everyone.
Hello, everyone. So, yes, while Randy grabs some tea, I want to say welcome to each of you all. Tonight is really going to be special. We've got a free ticket up for grabs. I see David Gilbert was our winner last week. Hi, David. If you want to say hi to everyone, I'll unmute you really quickly. But thank you for being so kind to give your free seat away. Unfortunately, he can't make it. So we want to say thanks, David, for giving your free seat. And Randy's back, so.
Yeah, wait. Who's free seat? What are we doing?
It was actually David Gilbert. He was our winner from our question to guess who was the voice of the promo. He guessed David K correctly,
Yes.
and I let him know, hey, David, you're a winner, but he unfortunately couldn't make it down. So he said, well, whoever wins this seat, please make sure they enjoy it the right way. So
Okay.
that's what we're going to do. So thank you again, David.
So are we giving away another ticket tonight?
Yeah, we're giving up David's seat, and we've got a special offer for those who are listening live. So we're going to share all that and
Good.
more. I see people are
Okay.
still hopping on. David Rosenthal is back in. We're going to have Christina from GVAA join us also. That'll be exciting. And I know you're talking both
Cristina
tonight.
Milizia. Yeah, yeah. Christina is so much fun. We spoke a little while ago, and she's excited about hopping on the call tonight with David. Um, we have Beau Stephenson coming on the line tonight. Beau is, he's a dad, but they actually have a new baby in the household. So I know you probably think of Beau Stevenson, man on the town. He's kind of a groovy guy, probably out partying. No, I think he's probably home with his wife and the kids and chilling on this Friday night. And we're so happy that he's going to jump on the call in a little bit. I also love all of the attendees that have been reaching out to let me know that you're coming. And I get to see when you go on the Facebook page, the Mastery event, and you click going, we get very excited because I know there's a lot more people going than are going on that page. And it gets us excited when you state who you are and that you're coming.
Yeah, let
And
everyone know that you're coming. That's it. I think it helps with networking ultimately too, when you can connect with someone else's, that you may not know or that you may know. I think it's just great. It's great to see
and
them.
sure. And then also the people that are looking at that to see, oh, I wonder who else I know is coming. And you constantly are seeing new names. Then if you don't know them, but maybe you know who they are, or you've been Facebook friends, admiring from afar, when you finally get to see each other, it connects even deeper because you knew that you were going to see them there. And I'm particularly happy. Thank you, Shovita. It's Shovita that does our social media. And she's been doing an incredible job getting a lot of engagement out of all the things that we've been posting because voiceover is so varied. Not only are there so many genres, do you want to do promo? Do you want to do commercials, animation, live announce, narration, industrial, or biography type things? Or do you want to be an audiobook person, video games? All of these disciplines require specific training. So there's a lot to learn in the world of voiceover. And what we're going to do for you at VOMastery by bringing in Cristina Milizia and David Rosenthal from GVAA, they have all of these categories locked up. They know what it takes to make it in all aspects of voiceover, and they're bringing their knowledge with them. And I'm excited because of Christina's success in animation and being a part of Monster High. I think that we have turned this into an animation and character-centric afternoon at Voiceover Mastery. It's just a perfect fit. Like when you're trying to connect with people and you go like, yeah, this is it. This is the right combination of people and personalities. And as Shovita and I put this year's Voiceover Mastery event together, we decided that we wanted the right people in the room. And so J. Michael Collins, bringing him on board to talk about the business of voiceover and how to establish some really good practices to keep you ahead of the competition. And isn't that what it's about? I mean, those of us that are in voiceover, we want to get together, we want to see each other at events and connect. And that's why we want to have an after party, because really after a long day of focusing on all the aspects of voiceover and all this input in your brain, at the end of the day, we're going to party, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and that's when everyone can just sort of let their hair down. So when we put together all of the personalities that are involved, from James Arnold Taylor, which this is an unheard of place for him in an event. He's usually the lead entertainment. If you're going to have entertainment at the end of a day, you put James Arnold Taylor on to do his one-man show, Talking to Myself. But because of the nature of his show, I think there will be no keynote address that could be any more exciting or motivational than what James Arnold Taylor has planned for us. And we've been emailing with him and his beautiful wife today because we want to make sure everything is perfect for him to perform in the morning. All of us that use our voices for a living, we want to make sure we are in the best voice possible. And for him to work so early, we're going to put him on between 9 and 10 on Friday the 11th. So that's exciting. So we go from James Arnold Taylor, hearing from all of our sponsors, Bob Merkel and VoiceZam, and we've got Chaotica Eyeballs for you. We've got Music Connection is now our official after-party sponsor. Everyone gets a time and a place at VOMastery to share with you what they're doing. And so we're going to have tables. We will have vendors at tables so you can find out more about the equipment. Like, for example, in order for me to work tonight, I have to take my Focusrite. You see that? My scarlet red Focusrite and my Sennheiser shotgun. As an endorsed Sennheiser Neumann artist, I'm very blessed. I've got a beautiful Sennheiser shotgun 416. This is state of the art. If you want to record on the road, you need your laptop. You need an interface with a microphone like a Sennheiser 416 because it needs what they call phantom power. And that's what this Focusrite is providing. And so this enabled me, I usually record in my booth, but this enabled me to bring my equipment downstairs into my formal office so that we could have, a cool conversation, and I don't feel like I'm being trapped in my booth like I do most days. These are, my husband gave me beautiful birthday flowers. I can't believe how well they're doing. I just cut them from being long roses to putting them in a short glass, and they held up so well. My birthday was last Saturday, as you might know. So
Happy belated. We did get a few birthday wishes for you too, so happy belated, Rand.
that's very sweet. Thank you. Hey, is my friend Keisha on the line by any chance?
It is on the line. Let's see if she can hop on board. Keisha's an
Hey.
attendee of ours this year. We're so excited. I know she wanted to make it to Fort Myers this year, but she's coming out to LA. Keisha, are you online with us?
I certainly am. Hi.
Listen to that voice. Now, does Keisha know how to engage her mic, or are we just telephone only, Keisha?
No, I think she's on mic, right?
No,
Yep,
she's
I'm on mic.
But
Um,
do you have a camera on your?
I have a camera and I have clothes on, so you can turn that on if you want to.
Can you do it? Do you know how to do that? Do you see the camera?
Yeah, I do. And here
See
I,
what happens.
okay, let's see. Oh, it just says hide all cams. I don't know.
Let's
Um,
try that.
Hide all cams.
Nothing. Oh, okay. I think she just did something on her part and share my webcam. Here I come. I think.
Yes, we see you coming through.
Hey, Riz!
Hi, honey. Hang
I
on. Now
love
I
you
gotta
so
move this
much.
thing out of the way so I can see your beautiful face. Hi, honey.
Oh, hey, girl. How are you?
Good.
So,
So I last saw you in New York.
mhm,
I had just done the
mhm,
Tony Awards and I was teaching a couple of classes in New York,
mhm,
and you and your husband came up
mhm.
and oh, I know. So you came, that's right. You came to the SAG-AFTRA, the workshop. What
Yes,
do they call their lab? The New York lab. We'll just call it the New York VO lab,
the new
right?
year. Yeah, that's what I call it.
The New York voiceover lab. So if you're a SAG-AFTRA member and you're ever in New
Mhm.
York, you can go to the voiceover lab. You can study free. You can use the
Yeah,
studios for free.
you
That's
sure
why we
can.
built them in Los Angeles. So Keisha came, but this is why I want to talk about you. So you came to and at the time you weren't union. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct.
So
I was not union.
I had
Mhm.
to explain to the folks at SAG-AFTRA, I have a mentee of mine who's coming over. She does live
Mhm.
announce. She's my friend. And I want to bring her into this class, and I know she's not SAG-AFTRA. You
Yeah.
came, you got such a jolt out of
Yep.
being in the SAG-AFTRA building. What did
I
you do?
sure did. I became union. I actually joined. And I will say it's all your fault, Randy.
Don't get
I
mad at me.
actually, it's just so funny how things happen. I think maybe 2 weeks after the workshop, I actually auditioned to do a McDonald's spot, a voiceover for McDonald's, uh, that ran somewhere in the Southern Corridor. But anyway, that helped me qualify or helped me to become
Become
official.
SAG eligible or
Yep.
whatever. Yeah.
And
AFTRA, since it was radio, it was AFTRA. But okay.
exactly, yes. So bottom line is, Randy, you have had tremendous influence, not just with the whole SAG-AFTRA thing, but um, I don't know. I just think it was kind of maybe it wasn't coincidental that we met on the internet. I don't even know how. I don't know. I don't even remember. I just know that when I found out about the first VO Mastery event, I had to be there. I grabbed my mom, who, she's a homebody, and we went to Fort Myers, and it was life-changing for me. Guys, if you're listening out there, and I'm sure you are, I'll just never forget. One of the first things that was on the table for discussion, before we even got into the technical stuff and all the juicy good stuff about voiceover, Randy talked about getting on the elevator, going all the way to the top, and making sure that you send the elevator back down to bring people back up. And that had such an impact on me.
Wow.
It was that I did voiceover, people ask you what you do. Yeah, I do voiceover, but I just think that attending your event, Randy, really brought things home for me with regards to just paying it forward. My life changed after that. And because of you, Randy, and I'll try not to cry, but because of you, my entire career has different meaning.
Wow.
I don't know how many other industries you can get into where people are so willing to hold your hand. Randy did not have to invite me. She didn't even have to, and then when I got there, she gave me a warm hug and, just meeting everybody. It was you. Because of you, I met Jeffrey Umberger, who I'm on his roster now. You've just had incredible impact. Now, last year, for those of you who don't know me, I have dealt with cancer. Actually, this year I had my 3rd diagnosis. So last year I could not attend because I had another surgery. But this year I wouldn't miss it for the world. I am so excited, and I actually got someone earlier today to buy his ticket. He was like, wow, I didn't even know he's in the LA area, and he was like, I haven't even heard of this thing. I'm like, well, where have you been? But I made sure that he understood that his life is going to change for the better once he attends.
Wow.
Let me shut up. Am I talking a lot? I'm sorry.
Oh, I think you're giving the audience, wow, Rand. Honestly, this is something that we could have never even expected, and just wow, I'm moved, and I don't know how many others on listening right now can feel this, but your testimony and your truth, it's amazing. And yes, Randy, you are indeed amazing for bringing this event together to ultimately pay it forward. What Keisha just said, wow, I literally had to write that down. You take the elevator to the top and you send it back down to bring others up with you. That's what it's all about, and that's what makes VOMastery so different. And I am too just moved to a place that I was not expecting to receive this. And hearing your story, Keisha, not having met you before, I definitely look forward to meeting you and the others that will be joining us, because this really is a one-of-a-kind experience. And thank you, Randy, again for bringing this, for giving life to VOMastery.
It's amazing.
I get more from this. I get more because when I have someone like you that comes into my life, that you allow me to imprint on you and allow me to share what I have. I'm a giver. I'm a sharer. If I wasn't a voiceover artist, I'd be a teacher. I'm sure of that. But when I connected with you, Keisha, we're so heart-strong with each other. And I didn't even know that live announce was something that you were going to be doing. I didn't know. And
I didn't know either. I mean, it was because of your influence. And once I met you and once I attended the Mastery event, I really, honestly, Randy, it's like I almost then, again, I did voiceover before, but what I was doing had meaning to it. And then I started to study you. Of course, if you got on Facebook, hey guys, I'm going to be doing the Tonys tonight. I watched the Tonys with a different eye, or ear, should I say. And I've gotten some jobs. Again, just being sort of like a long distance mentee. I've watched you and I've listened to you very closely, guys. I have like 5 copies of her books. Just in case I want to give it to anybody, of course, all autographed. But yeah, because of your instruction and your passion, and it's just absolutely amazing. Everyone who attends, it's not like one of those conferences where you feel intimidated to approach someone, on the panel, because of the spirit that Randy seems to just spurt all over the place. I'm just really glad I'm going, and I can't wait. In fact, I'm coming a day early so I can help, pass out water, pass out fly, whatever you need for me to do,
Right.
I'm there, okay?
Thanks so much.
Your commitment to life, to love, to life, to finding your passion, the fact that you've been so challenged with your health has been, it's broken my heart. But to see you come back time and time again, you're such a fighter. You're so
Yeah.
strong, Keisha, that I'm so blessed that you are going to get on an airplane and come and be here with us. It means the
Absolutely.
world to
I
me.
wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't miss it.
Well, I don't
I
want to hear
yeah.
excuses from people like, yeah,
No.
I'd like to, right? I mean, if this woman doesn't have an excuse, then
Yeah.
I don't know who does. If you want to make your life a life really worth living because you're living your passion, then
Living
you've
your
got to
truth.
come. As
Mhm.
Keisha said, when she first came to VOMastery, she was not a master. Sure, she had done VO and she knew her way around a mic, but VOMastery is, we hope that one day you can say, I have mastered.
Mhm.
But the whole point is that I bring all the masters of their genre into the room and allow you to get what you need from them and allow them to
Absolutely.
share
And
what
it's
they
so much more than just technique. And I don't know, it was Melissa Disney. And again, the things that were said at Voiceover Mastery 2 years ago have stuck with me. It was Melissa Disney. I'll never forget how she instructed the participants how to interpret a script. We get copy all the time, but she was explaining very thoroughly how she would read a McDonald's script. And when I got an opportunity to do McDonald's, it was like I was selling the absolute best Big Mac I had ever tasted. And even if I don't like beef,
right.
it's just the
But even if
ability
you
to
shouldn't
be
be
able
eating
to
that.
yes, the things that you will learn at VO Mastery, they will stick with you for life. And trust me, your career will have different meaning. So if you're thinking about going, please think no more. Trust me when I tell you,
Yeah.
you have to be there. Okay? I'm going to shut up now
Thank
because
you.
I'll talk all night.
And you know what? You're bringing to mind my husband, who is my manager. He helps me with
Uh-huh.
everything that I do. He said, you know what? For everyone that comes on the webinar tonight, let's extend, because just being on the webinar gives you a special price of $350
That's awesome.
or $349. And then tonight, if you commit to VO Mastery and call the 800 number on the website within 2 hours of the end of this thing, don't call us now because we're on the air talking to you, but as soon as we end after the top of the hour, if you call that 800 number and commit to VO Mastery, we're going to take another $50 off that price.
Can't beat that.
$99. You can be in the room with James Arnold Taylor, Joe Cipriano, Melissa Disney, Sylvia Viagran, E.G. Daly, Tara Strong, Winnie the Pooh, Jim Cummings,
Wow.
Jess Harnell. I can't even tell you how much it means to me to bring you here. So we are going to put that deal into effect. I'll say again at the end of the hour what we need.
And can I just interject? And I won't say anything else after this, guys. If you're going, even if you're thinking about going, share those open thoughts on Facebook. I can't tell you how many people ask me, how do you get into voiceover? I mean, they all do it. We've all been approached. Make sure that you take that very thing and just share it. You would never imagine how the power of the internet is so unbelievable. make sure you talk about it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or whatever other social network that you're on. So, you can invite other people into the fold. That's how we get our strength, right?
Excellent advice. Thank you
Okay.
so much. And I
I'm
hope you're
done.
there. Good. I
Thanks for
can't wait to
joining
see
me.
you.
We can't
Thanks,
wait to
Shavita.
see you.
Now, is
Ditto.
Eugene coming with you?
No, he's not going to come. He just got a new gig in Boston. So me and my mom, I'm bringing my mom again.
That's
So,
right. You're
yeah,
moving to Boston, or are you already there?
I'm moving to Boston. I'm still in North Carolina now, which hence the one chair and a box in the corner there. But yeah, I'm moving to Boston, which will put me closer to New York. You know how you did the LA thing because you felt, yeah, me too. So I'm gonna follow him up there, but that has nothing to do with the 9th. I'll be there on the 9th, bright-eyed and bushy
You're
too.
coming on the 9th,
I'm
and you're
coming in
going
on
to
the
be,
9th.
and you're in the Thursday night class, which is a very
Yes.
special thing with Melissa Disney. You're going to get to
Yes.
reconnect with her. She's going to give
Yes.
you 90 minutes, and you're going to be in the booth. It's going to be amazing.
Can't
And
wait.
so that's going to happen. And so then the Friday is the big day right into the night. Save me a dance Friday night, Keisha. You and I are going to have a good time.
Girl, we're gonna get down.
Mwah. I love you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
See you soon.
Thanks for calling in.
No
Wow.
problem.
Hey, Rhea,
So,
while we've got a quick moment, I just want to take a break for those that may have already gone on the web, just to give them that 800 number to call. It's
yeah.
1-888-818-7693. Okay, 1-888-818-7693. Call up to 2 hours after we're done. So if you're East Coast, that is what time? Between 10 and 12 a.m. and West Coast, that's what time, Rand? On your time,
Between
that's
7 and 9 p.m.
7 and 9. Okay, great. So,
Yeah,
yeah, that makes sense.
great, great. So let me see. We're almost at the bottom of the hour. I want to talk to Beau Stephenson, and then we're going to get on with Christina and David. How does that sound?
That sounds great. I'm looking actually to see if Beau's wrapped up with the little ones, but we've got David Rosenthal on the line if you want to
And let's
chat
talk
with
to
David.
David Rosenthal. He's my Friday night date.
Hey, David, are you with us?
And not just in spirit.
Very nice.
I
How's
love
the
that.
weather in NorCal?
Rainy.
Really bad, right?
It was okay. We need the rain. I love it when it rains because it hardly does that anymore. So it's
Yeah.
quite beautiful today.
Needed a storm here in LA, and it rained, but it wasn't the big thing that they
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway,
But
hello.
welcome, welcome. Did you have a good week?
Oh yeah, I had a wonderful week. I had a great week. There's a new game that I was that we're starting to audition for, that I'm casting, which is really fun. So I
Mm-hmm.
always love throwing the net out far and wide. Speaking of which,
Yes,
do we have the auditions up for VOMastery? Are we going
that's
to
a
get that up?
Shavita question. Where are those auditions, show? She's probably doing something.
And,
I
and
know.
where is show?
Yeah, where's Shavita? She's probably answering the
Sorry.
phone.
No, I'm here, but I actually muted myself. Sorry, I was talking to the screen. That's not
Sounded
something I
like
should.
me last week.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's something Randy sometimes does, but sorry about that. No, for privacy reasons, we did pull the auditions off of the line, as we mentioned. So I wanted to send a notice out to the attendees to let them know that they can resubmit any demos that they've already, recorded, just so they have a fresh start with a brand new, fresh set of instructions. And I know we are still waiting to receive a couple more scripts from our TV promos, Rand.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, well, we're excited to get those over to you, David. I know you're
Okay,
gonna
fantastic.
have some
Thanks.
a lot of ear time to share.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know that there are some conferences that let everyone in the world audition, and then they've got to go through those. Ours is restricted to folks that are a part of VOMastery. It's just the way we do it. If you are in and you're paid for, then you will receive the link and you'll have access to the auditions, and then you can do them and upload them, and you'll find out when we get to VOMastery, not only obviously only one person is going to win, in any particular category unless we're looking for a man and a woman. But what happens is we're going to use the voice exam player. So if you're in the top 10, you're going to know it and you're going to see exactly where you placed. And I think that's really helpful to voiceover talent. Don't you, David?
Most often when you audition, things go into a black hole. And you never know what's going on unless you actually book the gig, then great, then you know. And I don't know how many people do this, frankly, but I've always been, curious Dave. And so what I tend to do is if I get a job, I always go in and I ask why. I think people are so excited usually to book a job that they don't care. But I always do, especially as a coach, somebody who coaches as well all the time, and also somebody who's a casting director myself. I'm always interested in why somebody picked me over somebody else and what was their choice and what was going on there. Because so many auditions you do never know. It's been exciting for me because over the years I've gotten a very good understanding of how these choices are made. And for me, that's like gold to know because that way I feel like I have a one-up on a lot of people in terms of, oh, I know what they're looking for. Oh, I know this producer. I know what he likes about that.
Mm-hmm. David, I actually love that. I love you dropping that gem of wisdom on because not very many people think of that. Even it's like a job interview. You don't ask for the job. Then you don't get the job.
And I think people are scared. They don't want to jinx a good thing, but frankly...
Me too. No. I have to tell you, I don't know that I actually have the nerve to say, so what is it about what I did that made you choose me? I don't know that I would ask that. I probably should. I don't...
It does help. I mean, it helps because for me as a casting director, I happen to know what I'm interested in listening for. And there are certain things that I don't care for in an audition. There are other things that I love in an audition. And so by asking others, I mean, it's really amazing because sometimes it'll come down to something extremely technical that has nothing to do with my performance in an audition whatsoever. If I'm doing something for, let's say, point of purchase video at Sam's Club or Costco or something like that. They told me that the reason I got the job is they put white noise, they put the room tone white noise of the actual warehouse store next to all these people's voices to see which ones cut through the noise the best to be able to grab the people. Just happened to be my voice for that particular situation. So it was like, oh wow, thank you, I think.
Wow.
Other times I've gotten a lot of great responses. Well, you weren't actually my first choice, but the client but the client said no, it's got to be this guy.
That's what I'm afraid of. That's just
I got the
response. It was like, well, you really weren't our first choice, but the
but
other.
Who cares? I got the job. I'm there. I mean, it's not about, I don't care if I'm not the first choice. If I'm in there, something's great. Something good's happening, right? And the client wanted me over the director, right? And so the client gets what they want. One other time, I mean, it's ridiculous. Some guy said, you sounded like my father. And I love my dad. And other times I'll just, somebody will say, you went so amazingly outside the box, David. It was so completely different than anything else we'd heard. And we'd never even thought of that. And even though we were going in a completely different direction, we decided to go with you because you gave us something new to see that we hadn't heard before. I mean, there's just so many different answers, and they're all fun. And they also tell you, all these answers tell you not to take things personally. That,
right.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, yes.
And also, what is it
for
too about
agreements too?
the direction? Like sometimes they put direction in, and like there was a thing that we would do sometimes where we would, at the end of a spot, like say it's a character or a fun spot, that you could just ad lib the last line out,
Right,
you know,
right.
just to show that you're in the moment, you get where they're going.
You
And
bet.
I actually did book something because I ad libbed the right thing out, and it had, you know what I
Exactly.
mean? So I think,
Exactly. It's called a what we call an ad lib button, where it's just something that comes up naturally, and that you don't censor,
right.
and you allow it to stay there. And you're basically what you're doing, Ren, is you're telling people, I know this character so well, I know what they would say after this script is over. And
Exactly.
then they go, wow, she's got a through line going there, you know? So
Cool.
yeah, I mean that. And then there's always things like, as a casting director myself, I'm always bewildered where I will send somebody a script, and in that script there is direction. There is it has the line, and then after the line in parenthesis it says laughs hysterically for 5 seconds. I will get 10 out of 10 auditions. I will get 5 where they don't laugh. They don't laugh. As if the parenthesis means this is optional. It's just ridiculous. But I think a lot of people they shy away from those moments of laughing hysterically because it's vulnerable. Because how can I make that happen? I think it's better if I just don't do it.
It's true. I think that that's great. And, you know, that reminds me of the first time I ever took an animation class from Michael Bell,
Mm-hmm.
who played the grandpa on the Rugrats. I don't remember all the character names. He was the original G.I. Joe. And if people are old enough to remember the parquet spots, that was Michael Bell going, butter. So that was him. But
Well, now we're dating ourselves, Randy.
it's true. But he started the class where you had to laugh.
Yeah.
And then he's like, more, more, more.
Yeah.
You're literally laugh, and it starts to feel so weird. Then you get really self-conscious about your laugh, that you're not laughing right, that you have a weird laugh, that you're straining your. It's like all these conversations you're having in your head, and he's like, if you can't learn to laugh, you gotta
Yeah.
get out of the game right now. And I'm like, okay.
I figured out why David has his signature laugh. Now it all makes sense. It all makes sense. And I was actually talking to Christina earlier today about you, David, and I know she's on the line. So I'm going to bring Christina in.
Perfect.
You better.
Yes, I sure will.
You better,
Christina.
better.
Are
Hi.
you-
Hi, Christina.
We've got a
Hello.
kid. Here she
She's
is.
there. Hi, are you hearing us?
I can hear you wonderfully. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Incredibly well.
Okay,
So,
fantastic.
I'm the only one with a webcam. No one's going on.
I can do webcam. No one's ever seen me, have they?
Yeah,
I'm
let's
happy
bring.
to do
on
webcam.
that webcam.
Why not?
Share
You're the
my
cutest thing
webcam.
ever.
Share my webcam.
See, that's
Good, 'cause
what
I
makes
found lighting.
it special. Yes, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yay!
And can you throw in that third webcam, or do we have to
Oh
only
yeah,
go one?
David. I think David's combing his hair, so he's gonna.
Okay. So,
Oh.
Christine, how are you?
I'm doing just wonderfully. I'm just stoked. I feel like every day right now is just more exciting than the last. So I'm really excited about VOMastery. Excited to see David and Randy. Got to hang out with you last week and talk to Chovita a little bit on the phone today. But yeah, I'm high on life, high on voiceover life right now. So
Us too. This is when it really starts to get exciting because it's too late to turn back, first of all.
It's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. Sorry.
He knows how to
I
be
love
silly.
this.
He could laugh on cue. Yeah, you know, a lot of my radio stations, and I don't do funny voices. I don't do what you guys do, but a lot of my radio stations are sending me, you know, they sent me all their Halloween stuff. So I have the one witch thing that I do, and I go, have a safe and happy Halloween.
ooh, that's good.
Okay, all right. So that was my big character thing that I got to do this week for my radio stations that needed Halloween greetings.
So freeing to get that silly.
It is. It's very freeing, and I'm used to being so serious. Like today, I have news, guys. You ready? I've been invited back. I will be returning to the Kennedy Center Honors in Washington, D.C.
Ooh,
for my second year. I just got that
wonderful.
booking. I know, I'm so excited. So I was the first,
Congratulations.
thank you. I got to be the first woman in history to announce the Kennedy Center last year, and I get to do it again this year. So it's going to be super fun.
Yay!
And after VOMastery, I have to actually, I've been in training now for VOMastery and also for the Emma Awards I eliminate my sugar and I try to really stay super healthy so that nothing's gonna. I had two people sick in the house. My husband was sick, my daughter was sick. I'm telling you, no sugar, dairy free, staying with the lean protein, and I'm
Move to a
ready.
hotel.
Randy, I actually do that too. I've been doing that recently. And yeah, my energy level is just much more even. Very, it's not the easiest diet in the world though.
You seem like a very high energy person though, like that can't really sit still for very long.
Oh my gosh, my mother used to just say that I had ants in my pants from when I was born. She was just like, you would never sit still. I was just constantly wiggling. So they stuck me in dance class at an early age, trying to get it out. So
Yeah, get that energy. And did you have to go to dance class, David?
That's one I skipped. Thank you very much.
Okay, good. No twinkle toes for you.
Yeah,
So you guys are going to take over in the afternoon at VO.
Gonna take over.
Yes, I think you like that position.
and we formulated a wonderful plan today of exactly what we're going to do. We had a good outline, but we had yet to decide exactly, how we were going to split that day up and what we wanted to focus on. And I'm super excited about what we talked about. So, have you talked about that a little bit yet, David?
Not yet.
Oh,
Let's do it.
let's do it.
Let's take it, ladies and gentlemen.
So we're going to start with David, and I'll let you explain, your wonderful audition.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, we did talk a little bit about the auditions happening, and we figured what we would do because there are a lot of secrets, there are a lot of basic techniques and secrets that I use to allow a character to manifest itself very quickly when you need a quick turnaround for auditions. So what's wonderful is that we will have all these great auditions, hopefully, if you get them sent on and everything, we'll be able to hear those, and while we're talking about that, we'll also be able to bring in what I liked about the performances, why I felt that worked the best, and bring in and say, these are certain things of the secrets and the skills and the little techniques that we use, and guess what? This person used those, and we're going to show you where they used them and why that is effective in this particular area. So we'll be able to at one and the same time, which I think is fantastic, be able to talk about various techniques that I use and make that pertinent to the auditions that we're going to be listening to.
Mm, I love it. I mean, anytime you can break down an audition and let people know why it works, what doesn't work, like what's more important than that?
Exactly,
Because
and having it come from somebody who actually casts, I think, is also important.
absolutely, that is the special, that's that extra zing you bring to the party.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that's
it makes such a difference. I feel like I really kind of grasped that fully this past maybe year or two through working, after starting the GVAA and getting to speak with people and work with people like, like our wonderful booth directors, like David. I still call David all the time when I get stuck. I just did the other day. I was like, I don't know how to be this like two animals at once with a weird attitude. Like it was bizarre. I had no idea how to do it. And it's the difference between you can be a really great voice actor and not know how to book the job from the audition. I feel very strongly that they're actually kind of two separate skill sets now. Catching their attention in those first, few seconds, showing your full range in this tiny amount of time that you're given to impress somebody. Again, I often feel like maybe there's probably 10 voice actors who could probably do a wonderful job on a part, but, the one who books it, that is an art form in and of itself. It's a whole other skill set. So I think it's really great. We're going to be talking about that. So.
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Yeah, and I just want to mention, Christina, for those that may have just joined on, the gem that David had dropped earlier is he actually asks when he books the job, why did you pick me? And that's so crucial to knowing how to duplicate that action to create more success. If you don't know, closed mouths don't get fed, as they say. So if you don't ask, you don't know. So I think that is a huge key, in itself to grasp. I love that. I'm so excited to meet you guys. Wow.
Oh,
Likewise.
And what I learn from every voiceover mastery, from the masters that I bring in to teach, I walk away so much smarter and filled with a little more insight and a deeper understanding of the whole process, and really treating the audition as the job is obviously, where we should all be. There is no job. It's this audition. This is the job. And if you can find how to put you in there, that's where your best chances come from. And then I get so much just from the attendees in the room. The things I learn when I listen to how someone else does an audition or approaches something, I love to be that fly on the wall. So I think it's an experience that benefits the student and the teacher.
Oh, you bet. And Christina, tell us about the second part of the day.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. So I've been teaching this more and more lately, and I brought it up to David to see if he thought this would be a good idea, and I just think it's going to be a blast. So second part of our presentation, we are going to spend on what I like to call emotives, but it's basically voicing characters that do not actually speak English in any way. So we're talking about animals, monsters, anthropomorphizing characters when you are not allowed to use words in any way. So this could be gibberish. How does a dog say, I love you? Let's play a game. I don't know. There is no wrong answer, but if your energy and the emotional expression isn't correct, people can absolutely tell. So how do you book those jobs where you're going to be a bird doing crazy stuff, or you're going to be this monkey that takes a child through all these different interactions? So we are actually going to be doing this in partners practicing together so that the audience can really get involved and start to interact. So it should kind of wake everybody up and in a silly spirit. And we're going to bring people up on stage. We're going to demonstrate. We're going to physicalize it. So we're really, it's going to be on the far end of character stuff, as crazy as it gets. And I just find it to be one of the funnest activities you can do with a group because it's very freeing. Everyone's just being very silly. And again, there is no wrong answer. The bigger and the crazier it is, the better it is. And it's such a useful skill, not only for toys and games, which is the world that I come from, but for animation. Just as David was saying, the people who don't hysterically laugh at the end it's a huge, that has got to be included. And it's those little details, adding the vocal, adding that, the vocalization to the emotion in the script where it's not scripted words. That is really just makes all the difference, especially in the animation world as well. So it's such a useful skill to use for many different genres.
So we're gonna have, we're gonna have a zoo. We're gonna have a zoo, but it'll be good. We'll feed the animals. Everybody will be happy. But it's interesting because one of the secrets, which is not a secret anymore, that I do when I come to a character, is I imagine what animal that character would be, and then I embody the animal spirit of that character and then voice it that way, and it becomes very interesting because, frankly, what better way to get into your body than through our animal instincts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if I'm a rhino or I'm a monkey or I'm a snake, or whatever I end up being, that literally creates a physicality to animate the voice and the words that I wouldn't have come to that. Oh yeah. So okay.
I want to apply that to my work.
You better. It's an amazing.
If I'm not creating a character,
Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
You're a tigress.
Right.
Absolutely. So like if I were going to be, okay, now I'm going to be a squirrel. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. like it immediately changes the whole thing. Like I don't know what kind of character that would be, This maybe I'm something that I don't know, again, like a snake would be much more.
Oh yeah.
So it really does change the read completely. So I'm looking forward to throwing characters or animals at David and watching him physicalize.
Oh, that's what it's going to be? I don't know if that's not. For the full 45 minutes, we're going to throw a lot of animals at David, and he's going to have to. Yeah, no.
No, I'm
That
gonna pick
reminds
a
me.
few select. There's a
Shovita,
few
let's buy
select.
lots of stuffed animals and put them in a cage, and we'll pull them out one at a
Oh
time and
God.
throw them.
Oh, God.
I like this. What if the audience literally walked into a room full of stuffed animals? What type of ideas? Or this gives me an idea. I actually want to ask all the attendees to maybe think of their spirit animal and that and bring that to VO Mastery because that's going to be a big part. So maybe we won't give them their regular name tags. Maybe they'll be,
Their
bubbles.
spirit animal.
Yeah, they're going to be your spirit animal. I think that'll make it all the more true to, what this year's theme is all about being animation centric. So I love that. And having you guys towards, they say save the best for last, as they say. I think really having you drive it home towards the end before we party at the cocktail is really going to be great. So, man, I'm so excited. I get more
I
and more
know.
excited as the time goes by.
And I just got a very exciting text. We're going to bring Beau Stephenson on in a moment because Beau, as you guys know, are part of the VOMastery house band. They're going to perform. I just got a text from Nita Whitaker LaFontaine. Nita was the widow of Don LaFontaine. She just recently got married in the last year. Don left us in 2008, and we're in 2016.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she raised her daughters and met this incredible guy, and she got married, and she has a
Aw.
beautiful life. She's really happy now. And I invited her to come to VO Mastery and to sing for us at the party, and she said yes. She'll be there.
Yay!
So I'm very excited because I have a portion of the cocktail party is dedicated to authors, VO folks that have written books, and they're coming with their books. So Nita will be bringing her book that she wrote about Don and the end of his life, and it's called Finding My Voice, and it's how she had to then find her own voice.
That's
after
great. That's great. That's very important. Yeah.
he
I
took
love
up a
that.
lot of space on the
I
planet.
just want to mention, what a lot of people ask, how do I do this? How do I do that? And, the saying is if you want to hide information, they put it in a book, right? And it's amazing that, people pour their experience into 100+ pages that you can add, so much more. Their questions can be answered in the book. So that's why, this part of the cocktail part is special because it's to kind of pay, it for or helping the authors to pay it forward too. And as we mentioned earlier, when you take the elevator to the top, you send it back down, and that's what these authors have done with their books. So I'm excited to welcome Nita and our other authors as well. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be super. And Debbie Derryberry we have 20 books of hers that we're going to give away, signed books. And
Very
she
cool.
wanted me to give you one, Christina. So it's already in the bag.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh!
But not me.
I'm sorry. You have to buy yours. No, I'm
Yeah,
of course.
We'll share it. I'll mail it to you
Oh,
for 6
okay.
months.
Very nice. I'm just excited to have you down here in SoCal, David. We got to get you
Yeah.
out of your
Oh,
out of your
yes.
space
I
there.
can't get enough of David. I tell you, his spirit, it's just, I was telling Christina earlier, if I can bottle up that laugh of yours, it seems like you do maybe part-time stand-up or comedy aside. I don't know if you do or not, but I just love the energy and to see you both together. I mean, everyone, I am just really excited because me again, Rand knows this is my second year with VO Mastery, and the presenters we had last year were incredible as well. But you only get better with time, of course. And I think because we focused on animation, that adds such a great dynamic because you've got to have a personality to be in that genre, especially a voiceover. So
She calls it personality. I say a little crazy. Got to be a
I
little.
was gonna say, yeah, that's a nice one.
that's a nice way to put it. Yeah. I don't know.
Off the wall in the best of ways. So,
Yeah.
It's when it's a good thing to be off the wall. We like that. On November 11th, the day of VO Mastery, it's also Veterans Day. And I don't know if you're aware, but there are a lot of Screen Actors Guild AFTRA members that have served in our military. And Shovita wrote a release that was sent out by SAG-AFTRA today to its military actors. And so we're scholarshiping in 5 veterans for free. And then we've opened it up so that if veterans want to come, they're going to get a very special price so that they can,
That's
they realize,
fantastic.
you know, they know that we appreciate that
Mhm.
they were willing to pay the ultimate price. We want to make sure that they can get into VOMastery, where I think that vets have such a hard time sort of settling back into life in the US. And when they can have a creative outlet like voiceover, it changes their lives and it gives them a way to um, connect, you know, and find something that they feel they can do. And let's face it, you have to enjoy being alone and talking in a room by yourself in order to do the work that we do. And I think that
That's such a weird way of putting it, but yes, okay.
it's true though, right? You don't want to be alone in a room talking to a microphone by yourself. Don't get in this business.
You know, it's so funny because I never think that I'm by myself when I'm in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Who
don't
else
really
is in there with you, David?
all of the wonderful voices.
Very nice, very nice. So we have an amazing day planned, and then of course, the end of the day. Well, at some point in the afternoon, we have all our VO superstars, our animation stars coming through, of which you are one yourself, Miss Christina. So,
Oh, gracious, no. I'm just excited to like moderate and ask them questions. They are many of my heroes as well. They're all
Great,
heroes of mine,
great.
so.
And then hopefully everyone's going to go to the party after, and
Woohoo!
included in the VO Mastery ticket is your after party, which we've got some food. We'll have lots of Perrier as well as, you know, a full bar. But there are lots of folks that don't necessarily drink. So we have got you taken care of. We've got some yummy hors d'oeuvres. We're going to have lots of entertainment, music, singing, and Beau Stephenson is going to be a part of that. Can we slide him in, or do we have a limit that we can only have 3 people on right now?
Bo
Show?
is actually on the line. He should say hello. Bo.
Hello, 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 everyone.
Hi, Beau.
Hi, Christina. Hey, everybody. This is wonderful. Yeah, the party is going to be off the hook. We're going to get crazy drunk. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's going to be great. Well, I'm working with Tim Friedlander and Bill Russell's directing us, and we got a fun set. There's going to be fun surprises. Some of the big names are going to hop up there and belt out some tunes. It'll be a good time, and it'll be a really fun time to kind of, you know, mix and mingle and enjoy each other's company, I think.
Mm-hmm. You know, Melissa Disney got hired for the country music. I don't know. It's not the Country Music Awards, but one of them in Nashville. I believe it's November 4th or 2nd. She's going to Nashville, and she and Bill are going to connect, and they're going to go through her set. So,
Oh, that's so fun. Yeah.
yeah, they're prepared to back her up, and the fact that she's actually going to Nashville before VO Mastery, and that's where Bill is, and they're going to be able to connect and work their set out. So, you know, like when things are meant to be, David, it's like when it's Besheret. Do you know Besheret, meant to be? Yeah,
Yes.
it really seems to be coming together that way. So, Beau, I see you've been doing some podcasts. Are you doing, have you been playing and singing for people on your podcast lately?
Well, the podcast is just, you know, podcasting just in general is kind of at critical mass right now. So, you know, I'm in here recording all day anyway. So I thought it would be really great to have an outlet for everything that I come across anyway. It's kind of like curating the world around me, music, pop culture, science, technology, having, you know, interesting people on, you know, doing sketches, comedy, you know, characters, you know, celebrity voicemails, it's fun stuff like that, you know. So it's not just you know, VO per se, although obviously the subject gets brought up. But it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, it's been a real joy, and we're doing about 2 to 3 episodes a week right now, so that's fun.
Wow, your energy is killing me. I could not do 2 to 3 podcasts a week. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, cocaine is a heck. No, I'm just kidding. I actually use Zip Fizz. I'm not a coffee drinker, but man, Zip Fizz, I drink that at about 1:30, and I'm like the Energizer Bunny until midnight. So.
Aha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Nothing like a good stimulant.
I like that, Beau. He tells it like it is.
But I
Yeah.
love when he's been doing some live Facebook stuff where he's actually playing piano and singing, and it's wonderful.
I
Yeah,
know. Bo, you're amazing. Like you really are. Yeah, you're
well,
incredible. I mean, I've
You
got
guys,
two musician parents, so
well, thank you. That's man, such talented people saying that makes me bashful. But thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been fun to share the music, and oh man, it's been a while. The last time I played live was actually with Jess Harnell and Chuck Duran at this little venue in Hollywood, and that was like
oh,
over a year ago. So
oh man, was it that long ago? I
yeah,
feel
isn't
like
that crazy?
what was that? What is that called again?
Did,
I know what you're talking about, but yeah, I
um,
was so sorry to miss that. It looked incredible. So,
oh, it was fun. It was a total surprise. He just showed up, and I was like, "Get up here, you!" And we had a fun show. So that may or may not happen again at the cocktail party. So
mhm.
we'll have to see.
Well,
Uh,
let's lean toward it may.
yes,
Let's hope.
yes.
Yes. I think it's just going to be a super day of connection, and I do think unless they've got somewhere there they have to be Friday night, I think they're going to hang out, and it's going to be a super worthwhile, fun after party that we've opened up to everyone. You know, not everyone is coming to LA that weekend for VOMastery. Some folks are going to another event, and I wanted to open the after party so that whoever wants to come, let's connect, let's talk, let's have fun together. And then I will be, of course, going to Sovas on Sunday night because VO Mastery nominated Joe Mater and Rachel Butera for the books they narrated, When I Married My Mother and Naked DJ, and they're both nominated. So,
So
you
was
know,
Christina. I learned
yay.
that
Yeah.
today.
what's that?
Christina.
That was Christina.
I'm nominated for like
You.
2 categories.
Yeah.
Tell me, wait, what are the categories?
Outstanding national television commercial and outstanding TV animation, best voiceover. So
Wow. Well, then I'm rooting for you.
Congratulations.
I'm super excited. I'm really honored, and the
And how
people
about
that
the
I am.
third one? How about the third one?
There is no third one.
It's just
There is-
outstanding.
Ah,
Uh,
I think his nose is turning brown. I'm just kidding.
oh man. No, David has been just one of my hugest supporters this year, and the whole GVAA team actually, and it's just been incredible to. And I really feel like just being around so many incredible coaches is really how all of that started to happen for me. Because I was just like you were saying, I was just watching all these classes because it's in my school, so I get to watch it for free, which is cool. So, but you absorb all this knowledge and made such a difference for me. And my whole career just really took off this year. And I'm just grateful to be next to, I mean, the people who are nominated are just absolutely brilliant, including Beau's friend, Mike Brang, who's just amazing, and Christian Lance, who's just one of my heroes. He's the voice of Puss in Boots for all of the Netflix and stuff series. But anyway, so I'm very excited to be up there for two different things. So
Super cool,
yay!
super cool.
So
So,
exciting.
Christina, there is no doubt you are absolutely a rising star in our industry, and it's so great to catch you. This isn't the ground floor. I mean, you're already like up, and your elevator, we've been using that analogy today, is continuing to rise and as it goes to the top. And someone else in that elevator is Beau. I mean, I didn't really know Beau until this last year, and as an Atlas talent, I became a little more aware of him. But now I feel like Beau is one of those superstars. He's in LA because he's now in it to win it, and he moved here. He's got his family here, and he is doing everything he can to make all of his dreams come true. You know, he's living a true creative life. He's got so much talent, it's ridiculous. And I'm just so glad that you're on the team there, Beau.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very kind. There's so many wonderful people in this industry out here. I remember meeting Christina. When did we meet? We met at a dinner with Bill DeWeese, I think.
yes, that was the
Remember
first
that?
time. I do. Gosh, it
And
feels like years ago.
and
Yep.
I got grilled by Fred. Oh yeah, no, I mean, just everyone that I've met out here has really like enabled me in a good way. If I was a druggie, that would not be good, but in a good way of going after my dreams and stuff. And so I really owe it to my friends and coaches, people like Jeff Hell, Chuck Duran, Mike Brang, having allies like Cristina and David. I've just met you, and Randy, you're so inspiring. And so it's just great. It's like, I think that when you jump in with a group that talented, you all just kind of rise together. And I think that that's what VOMastery can be for someone who's ready. It can be that place where you can rise together and you can catch the vision and really take off. It's just, you got to surround yourself with the people that will help you, even if they're not doing anything for you, that you're just focused, and you have that crew around you who's focused too. It's just, it makes all the difference.
So come to VOMastery and get on that elevator. All right. And actually, for years now, I have been the service elevator operator. And I do want to let you know, I do. So when you get on, know that I take tips. Thank you.
That's kind of true, though, because David is. But that's sort of true in a weird way. Like, because David is always. I mean, David never. What I love about you, David, again, obviously, we work together all the time, so obviously I like the guy. But David never takes anything in terms of like, ooh, look at me, look at my stuff. Like, we had to like convince him earlier this year to make a character demo. Like, David is such a pure coach. He is all about being there for his students, for the community, for others, to help them rise. Like, that is what David's all about. That's what lights him up. That's what makes him just this giant ray of sunshine all the time. And he loves it. And it's just the coolest thing to be around. And it's so selfless. And it's just, anyway, I just think that's true. It's rare when you meet somebody like that. That's really just, he's been such a huge support to me. So if you do, when you come to VOMastery and you see him teach, you will see this. You will see him just light up, because this is what he loves more than anything, and it's really cool.
But I still take tips.
He's very clear on that. Gratuities are accepted. It's really. This is my third year doing this, and every year, I start with a blank slate. Who do I want? Where are we going to go? What should we do? And this being the first year in LA, the one thing that is consistent, because everything's changed because we're in LA, but the one thing that's consistent is that the folks that are a part of this are exactly who you guys are, committed to not only making the planet a better place, but making our industry a viable place for people to find where they belong and to hopefully be able to make a living here. It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and you've got to endure a lot of rejection. If you cannot handle rejection, this may not be for you, but most of us get so much rejection in daily life. It's like, I can take this. I don't know.
But again, we're going to go through this very quickly, but it's not, I'm sorry, but it's not rejection. These guys are making a choice. As a casting director, if I don't choose you, I'm not rejecting you. I'm making a choice for somebody else, right? I mean...
Selection, not rejection.
Well, I mean, it is. Unless I actually call one of my people who audition, unless I call them up and say, you know what, you really suck. then that's rejection. Otherwise, it's a job. Get over it. Right.
Okay, I agree. Yeah. So, listen, there's a place for all of us, and we're looking forward to having you in the room with all of us so that we can share, because apparently that's the thing. Oh, God, I was going to use a crude term. I was going to say that's what gets us off, but in a way it does. I mean, I knew I'd get your reaction.
Oh, yeah, baby.
It must be Friday night. It's been that kind of movie.
It's Friday night.
Oh, Randy.
2020 certain audience. This is not.
Well, we are on webcam.
I think it's time to wrap this up. Don't you?
I think so.
Is there a tip jar?
Thank you.
You know what? I wanted to just share one thing really quickly, just in the vein with what David just said. I learned such a valuable lesson this year, and then we can have our ending here. But in terms of this year, I was so fortunate to be cast in a Nickelodeon cartoon, And, no matter what happens, again, you never know what happens with anything. So it could go away tomorrow. But I've had the pleasure of recording with people this year that just blow my mind. But the coolest thing about getting selected for that part was that it was a part that, like, it wasn't such a unique voice for me. It was something that I kind of do all the time. But the reason why I was selected was because of exactly how that fit within an ensemble. And so, I heard, because I was friends with the final, few people who were in that callback, and we all compared notes later, and they were all phenomenal. Everyone in there was phenomenal. And I was like, man, I don't know how they're going to pick. And it just came down to who was right in that ensemble, which I know is something that comes up with on camera. And it was such a huge learning lesson to me that it was like, man, we were all good. There was nobody who wasn't good. It was who was right for that part because of everyone else, because of the branding, because of the message, because of everything. And it gave me such a sense of confidence with the rest of my work not to judge it. Because it isn't about us. It's about a much bigger picture and how we are just a tiny cog in that machine. So anyway.
Perfect. And so on that note, in order for you to get into the room with all of us, right now, my husband suggested it. He's brilliant, so we're going to run with it. Right now, in the next 2 hours, if you call the 800 number that Shovita will give out one more time, we will give you your VOMastery ticket at $50 off, only for tonight's webinar that follows for the next 2 hours. So that will bring the price down for you to $299. Like, how do you say no to that? That's for the day that we're giving you.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Phones should be ringing, and that's probably why Shovita can't talk right now. Can you just say the phone number out loud one more time, Sho?
You've got it. It's 1-888-818-7693. So 1-888-818-7693. We kind of got lucky when I picked that number because, the 818 is California's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I said, yeah, I think that's the number that we want.
There you go.
So,
It was Basheret. It's an
it has
omen.
the eights in it. I know how you are about your eights and your one.
I do like my eights. So, well, thank you everyone for coming on tonight. Beau, thank you.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you soon.
Beau, I can't wait to hear you sing. I'm like super excited about it.
Oh, I can't wait to see you guys again. Christina is like this little crazy ball of energy, and it's so it just rubs off on you. So
I bounce. Can't help it.
Going. And David, I cannot wait to give you a big hug.
Likewise.
I feel like I know ya.
Yeah, we've been around.
I can tell. All right.
Thank you so much for having me tonight. This was really fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Namaste.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll talk to you next Friday.
You're hopping off before we give our free seat. Remember, David lost.
Oh,
You can't
so that's all right.
deliver. Yeah, that's right. So
So
we have.
how are you choosing, Christina?
Okay, what's going
Wait,
on?
what?
No, I'm actually putting all the names who were listening live this evening. I'm looking at everyone who did join live, and I'm going to pick a random name, and we have Andrea Becker. She's our winner of our. So
Woo!
Andrea. Oh, he's in the car.
Who's in the car?
I like that, Andrea.
I think that's
She's nice.
That's hysterical. Okay, so Andrea, we'll be seeing you in 2 weeks.
Congrats, girl. Woo!
Yeah, we're going to follow up with Andrea, make sure she can receive that seat, so maybe this doesn't happen again next week when people use seat and they can't come. So either way, I'm going to reach out and hopefully she can join us. But again, for those that are listening live again, your special offer is an additional $50 off your tickets. So I'll send that notice out and call the line. So we will see you in 2 weeks.
Great.
Just do it.
Do it. All right, you guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Guys, thanks for joining.
Bye.
See you
Take
soon.
care.
Good night.
Bye.